The Archer and the Glass Bowl. In a quiet riverside town lived a teenage boy named Arjun. He was bright, curious, and full of potential. Everyone believed he could achieve great things one day. But Arjun had a problem. He could never keep his attention on one thing for very long. Whenever he sat down to study, his thoughts wandered elsewhere. If he opened a book, he would suddenly remember a game he wanted to play. If he started practicing a skill, he would become interested in something completely different within minutes. His mind jumped from one idea to another like a butterfly flying from flower to flower. His mother often noticed this habit and worried about his future. One evening, while watching Arjun leave his homework unfinished once again, she said, "Son, talent is like a seed. But without discipline, even the best seed cannot grow into a strong tree." Arjun smiled and nodded, but deep inside he did not think it was a serious problem. Days passed. Weeks passed. Nothing changed. Then one day, news spread through the town that an old master named Acharya Dev had arrived. Acharya Dev was famous for teaching young people how to develop focus, patience, and inner strength. People traveled from distant places just to seek his guidance. Hoping he could help, Arjun's mother took him to meet the wise teacher. After listening carefully to Arjun's story, Acharya Dev smiled. Instead of giving advice, he picked up a small glass bowl filled to the brim with water. He handed it to Arjun and said, "I want you to walk around my garden 3 times. But there is one condition. Do not spill a single drop." Arjun looked at the bowl and laughed. "That's easy," he replied confidently. The teacher simply smiled. The garden was beautiful. Bright flowers bloomed everywhere. Colorful butterflies danced through the air. Children played near a fountain. Birds sang from the branches of ancient trees. As Arjun began walking, he looked at the butterflies. A little water spilled. He glanced at the children. More water spilled. He watched a bird land on a branch. Another drop escaped from the bowl. By the time he completed the 3rd round and returned to Acharya Dev, nearly half the water was gone. The old teacher looked at the bowl and asked, "What happened?" Arjun lowered his head. "The garden distracted me." Acharya Dev nodded. Then he pointed toward the remaining water. "This bowl represents your dream." He paused for a moment before continuing. "The water represents your focus." Arjun listened carefully. "The flowers, birds, children, and sounds around you represent the distractions of life. If you allow every distraction to pull your attention away from your purpose, your focus will slowly disappear before you even realize it." For the first time, Arjun truly understood. The lesson stayed in his mind long after he left the garden. The very next morning, he decided to change. He began waking up early every day. He created a simple routine and followed it consistently. He limited unnecessary distractions. Whenever his mind wandered, he gently brought it back to the task he was doing. Each morning he spent a few minutes sitting quietly, focusing on his breathing and training his mind to remain calm. The progress was slow. Some days were difficult. Sometimes he failed. Sometimes he became distracted again. But instead of giving up, he continued practicing. Little by little, something began to change. His concentration improved. His memory became sharper. His confidence grew stronger. Months passed. Then nearly a year later, a prestigious national challenge was announced. Students from across the country would compete in solving difficult problems under strict time limits. The competition was known for being extremely challenging. Many talented students registered. Arjun decided to participate. On the day of the competition, hundreds of students filled the large examination hall. As the questions appeared, panic quickly spread through the room. Some students rushed. Others became nervous. Many lost confidence. But Arjun remembered the bowl of water. Instead of worrying about all the questions at once, he focused on one problem at a time. One step. One answer. One moment. Nothing else. Hours later, the competition ended. Everyone anxiously waited for the results. Finally, the winners were announced. The hall erupted with applause. Arjun had achieved first place. His family was overjoyed. His teachers celebrated. And standing quietly in the crowd was Acharya Dev. The old master smiled proudly. Arjun walked toward him and bowed with gratitude. At that moment, he realized something important. His victory was not the result of talent alone. It was not luck. It was not intelligence. It was the result of learning to control his attention and discipline his mind. From that day forward, people in the town remembered Arjun as the young man who mastered focus before he mastered success. And his story became a reminder that a disciplined mind can achieve what even great talent cannot. Because success does not belong to the most gifted person. It belongs to the person who stays focused on the path long enough to reach the destination. Moral: a focused mind turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Master your attention, and success will follow.